Today on the net, Alexei Navalny refuses to accept the Moscow mayoral election results. Egypt's arrested spy stork dies after being released back into the wild. And Google Street View takes us inside the Fukushima evacuation zones in Japan. Russian opposition figure Alexei Navalny and his supporters have taken to Twitter to contest the results of Moscow's mayoral election, which cleared incumbent mayor and Kremlin-backed Sergei Sobyanin for a first-round victory. Anti-corruption blogger Navalny, who describes himself as a nationalist Democrat, has denounced clear falsifications in the vote, using footage from webcams installed in polling stations across the Russian capital to argue his case. Here, for example, Electoral Commission officials are said to be rigging the ballot results under police protection. The mobile urn system set up for voters unable to get to polling stations is also under scrutiny. It's suspected that this voting from home process opened the door to all manner of irregularities during voting day on Sunday. Accusations that are also backed up by surveys conducted by Alexei Navalny's teams as voters left the polling stations. According to figures published on his blog, the race was much closer than announced, and Sergei Sobyanin did not apparently reach the 50% threshold required to secure victory in the first round. And so the blogger and his supporters say they do not recognise the official results and are calling for a second round ballot, threatening mass protests if the authorities refuse. Sad news for all those that campaigned for its release. As reported on Facebook by an Egyptian nature conservation group, the stork, which they named Menace, that was detained and then briefly imprisoned at the end of August by Egyptian authorities on suspicion of carrying a spying device, was killed and eaten by hunters on Nile Island this weekend. A tragic end for the bird that touched the hearts of web users the world over and saw social networkers posting under the hashtag #SpyDuck to openly make fun of the Egyptian authorities in this strange story, which many see as a prime example of the regime's paranoia over foreign interest. A deluge of commentary that prompted the authorities to release the bird back into the wild last Tuesday, much to the joy of those who fought online for its freedom. But the happiness was short-lived, as several days later the stork was killed. A sad ending which has sparked a fresh wave of emotion online, with web users from across the globe paying tribute to the late spy stork. Web users in the Philippines have been posting under the hashtag #PrayForZamboanga, with messages of solidarity for residents of Zamboanga on the southern island of Mindanao. The city saw violent clashes on Monday between security forces and supporters of the Moro National Liberation Front, the MNLF, who are opposed to peace talks with Manila. The clashes have reportedly left several people dead and many others injured, and have sparked strong concerns among local web users who have been posting messages online appealing for calm. Collapsed houses, deserted streets in ghost towns. Google Street View has released new images of areas evacuated after the reactor meltdowns at the Fukushima nuclear power plant in March 2011. Photographs from a dozen or so localities in this northeastern region of Japan have been compiled on the site Mirai o Kyoku, which means memories for the future, and you can compare them to the same shots taken before the disaster. .3D artist Chris Carlson is back with a new piece of three-dimensional chalk art. He's brought video game Mario Kart into the real world. And the results, as we can see in this stop-motion video, are pretty impressive indeed. A surefire hit with retro video games enthusiasts everywhere.